Hi, all, welcome to my channel. Obviously, I usually play a lot of Call of Duty games and FIFA games. I'm also a big Arsenal fan, so I'm just going to be looking into a lot of the current rumors, the transfer rumors since the January window's open. It's a new thing I'm going to try and do just to see how it goes. So we'll start off today. We have the rumor that's been going on since the summer, really. It's Ivan Toney, the striker from Brentford. Now, he's been obviously on a long-term ban right now because of his gambling issues, but he's about to come off that very soon. And oh, he's not even here right now. Nonetheless, he is obviously going to be available soon. I can't remember if it's going to be within Jan or if it's going to be within Feb or the next couple of months. Is going to be available or not, but apparently Brentford are requesting close to £100 million. Whether that's going to be met by anyone or not, it's up to them. Also, there is the issue that he's also on a his contract is running out very soon. I don't believe it's this summer. I believe it's the summer after. So it puts Brentford in a difficult position to um, cash in soon. Very similar to what they did with David Raya. Although David Raya to Arsenal was a loan with an initial small payment of 5 million, supposedly, there is a buy option over 30 millions. So they might have to do something very similar with Ivan Toney or risk losing him for nothing very soon. Unless he agrees to sign a contract extension, then go out on loan again. I think that's the only way that deal can be done because I can't see Arsenal paying anything above 70 to 60 million for him, considering he's also quite close to 27, 28 now. So obviously he won't have that much, his contract. Well, he'll probably just get one contract with Arsenal, and I don't see it extending on. So there wouldn't be any big resale value either. So it's it's a loss for Arsenal in the long term, but it's a short-term game considering they are in a title challenge. He definitely does provide um, a lot of different attributes. He's definitely a lot stronger than Nketiah Jesus in terms of holding the ball up, being much more of a physical presence. He's definitely aerially much um, more proficient, considering he did score against Arsenal, although he was meant to be offside against Arsenal couple, last season ago, I believe. But he'll definitely be a positive addition because he gives Arsenal option B. Hopefully, he's more clinical than Arsenal, as Jesus and Nketiah are just simply not good enough to lead the line for Arsenal and continue this title charge if they are gonna be still in one towards the last stages. It seems like Liverpool are their favourites right now as things stand, but obviously Man City are there, and the dark horse this year has been Aston Villa, obviously as well. And who knows, Tottenham might come down. So the next striker Arsenal are linked with right now is Victor Gyökeres. He's from Sporting Lisbon. He's a 24-year-old, I believe, but apparently, not apparently, again, Sporting are quoting around the 70 or 60 million, maybe even 80 million region. But again, it is a lot to be spending on a striker that's still relatively unproven, especially Prem unproven. So I mean, he's not even proven to be a European striker right now. This is his first breakout season. I believe he's been in Man City's academy and he was in Coventry or something, or one of the lower league teams before he made his way to Sporting right now. But from what I've seen on video clips, just highlighting how he plays, to me he reminds me of a very strong, a very strong Giroud. He's very much like Giroud, a lot faster. He's definitely a lot faster, and he's not one-footed as Oliver Giroud. He's definitely both-footed. He's got good link-up play. He's definitely um, can carry himself very well. Decent skill level. He can get past a few players. definitely has good power in his shot. He can definitely play on the striker of a shoulder. He can be the target man. Definitely got the physical presence. I believe he's like 6'2" or 3" maybe. I'm not sure if the stats here show it, but I would definitely um, have him. But then again, he provides that sort of different level of attack that we're currently completely missing. Again, because Nketiah, Jesus very similar in profile in terms of stature and size, skill level. Obviously, Jesus much better than Nketiah, but this would definitely be a plan B. Much more of the Haaland sort of type of striker. Again, would love to have him, but again, as you can see, um, kind of telling in FIFA he's only 77 in real life. He might go on to be the next big thing, but it is a big risk. Again, if Arsenal spend 60, 70 million, and from Ornstein, the rumors being they're gonna wait in the summer to try and purchase the next striker. So we'll keep an eye on this and see how it develops. But I do like the look of him. He definitely, for a big guy, definitely has a lot of place, and I like that a lot. And that's been reported by the Standard, so we'll see how that goes. There are the usual Osimhen links, but obviously Osimhen signed a new contract with Napoli, and apparently there is a clause in there somewhere. However, I just doubt that they'll spend they let the star striker, star player, the guy that helped them, get their first Scudetto in such a long time, go while they're still in the Champions League, let him leave in Jan. So I got a feeling that that clause probably will only get activated in summer. That's what I think. But who knows, if Arsenal really push the boat, if they can get him or not, who knows. But Osimhen is definitely a striker, I mean, he would be a dream striker just purely because his potential is, I don't think he's fully reached his potential yet, and he's already exhibiting a lot of world-class talents. He reminds me of a Didier Drogba, but he might not be as strong as Didier Drogba, but he's definitely faster than Didier Drogba, way more skillful. Clinical, maybe here and there. I'm not so sure, but I would definitely, have him lead. I would more like if Arsenal could get this guy, let's say for 100, they should definitely do it instead of the other two or three strikers. They should definitely get Osimhen because he's probably the most reliable player right now. Not reliable, I should say, the most sort of certified, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Out of all the strikers, he's the one that's got the most sort of reputation, most likely to succeed, and I would definitely get him. So, and he's another striker. I mean, there's been a general theme. All the strikers that we've been linked to have a lot of height and physical presence, and he definitely fits that profile. They're relatively young, under the age of 25. So I think it naturally goes with the current Arsenal team, again, who are also very young in their age as well. So the overall age profile of the team is quite young. So again, he would fit in very nicely in terms of all of that as well. So definitely, like I will give a thumbs up. This is probably the one I would definitely want the most, but realistically, I don't think it will happen at all. But there we go. On other rumors, is obviously we've got some other news that Arsenal player, particularly Eddie Nketiah, is potentially leaving Arsenal. There have been rumors there he's now, I guess after signing that contract, I think a year or 2 years ago now, while Arteta initially took over, he signed a new long-term contract, and I guess last year was his year to prove himself, but I guess it just simply wasn't enough. He hasn't shown enough. He is a good striker, but again, very similar to Nketiah's role. He just hasn't done enough to prove himself to push first of all Jesus out, and obviously Arsenal ambition the way Arteta is playing, he wants to go for a title. The team seems to be ready for a title, but these two guys they're just simply not delivering right now. So apparently there's been rejected an offer from Crystal Palace. Apparently they rejected an offer from Crystal Palace a couple of last January window, or the last summer, and in the summer there was another bid. Apparently I can't remember which team it was. Maybe I'm wrong here, but if that's the case, I think Arsenal probably do want circa 25 million plus to 40 million, somewhere around that. I think Eddie will be sold, considering he is a youth academy product. It's pure profit, so look, good look good on the FFP books and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't be too unhappy with this, and but if he does get sold, it's absolutely necessary we do buy a striker to replace him, because Jesus will then be the only recognized striker in our team. And obviously, should he get injured, it's gonna cause a lot of problem. The next guy we're looking into potentially signing is Douglas Luiz. Now, Arsenal have been linked to him for a while now. For the last 2 seasons, we tried to sign him while he had 1 year remaining on his contract. I think a season or 2 seasons ago, and unfortunately, Arsenal missed out. Aston Villa decided not to sell him. Then he decided to sign a long-term contract with Aston Villa. But apparently, the talk has now come up again, and they're now deciding. I guess they will now decide if they need to push through, because the issue is Arsenal also have El Neni leaving at the end of the summer. The rumor is they will not be renewing his contract. This was just sort of, I guess, a golden handshake to keep him on for 1 year, considering he's doing his, I guess, managerial qualifications with UEFA or something. So he's getting his managerial license and badges, all that kind of stuff, while he's still at Arsenal. I mean, he does play the odd game here and there for the cup games, or comes on as a sub, but he'll definitely not be part of the squad next season. And Jorginho, I think, is also similarly rumored to be leaving, and both of them will leave on a free transfer, so that does free up wages. And again, if we replace Douglas Luiz with one player, I guess the finance potentially probably would work out. But again, Aston Villa are potential dark horses for the title. They're up there right now. They're above Arsenal. But at the same time, they'll also be pushing for Europe and Champions League. So it's they have their own ambitions to sort of deal with, and they want to work. So if they do so, it would be a blow for them, because he's such an integral part in that midfield for them. If they do let him go, but obviously it's definitely be a positive for Arsenal, because we'll have someone fit and reliable to play alongside Rice, considering Partey is injured all the time. So we'll definitely keep a close eye on that one. The other rumours are obviously, again, we're going to go back to Arsenal, and yeah, so as you can see, Raya, since coming in, has immediately taken Aaron Ramsdale spot, and the rumours are, so should a substantial bid come in, he will be sold. There have been links to Chelsea and maybe other clubs that are unknown right now. However, Arteta, on the face of it, to manager to the in managerial press conferences, has stated that both are happy, and he's happy. He was more than happy to keep Aaron Ramsdale with the squad, but I doubt, should like a 50 million plus bid come in from Ramsdale, I think Arsenal would be very tempted to sell, considering you're bought for 30 million, and I think that also included bonuses, which may or may not have been paid yet. So technically, if they sell him for 50 million or 45 or 40 million plus, transfer fee, the substantial amount of money back into their FFP books, as well as they can put it towards a midfielder or a striker if they need to, fund that. However, obviously the issue would then arise who the keeper would be, and that mean they might need to spring up someone from the academy to come fill the bench. So that would be interesting to see if that does happen. I mean, a loan option might be another option. So if they get some sort of fee, it's like a 10 million or 5 million fee while he goes out on loan for a year. That might be interesting as well. And I think the Euros is next year, so it'd be interesting to see who needs to play games. He's got ambitions to play for England as well, so interesting to see. Considering how key role Ramsey was last season to Arsenal's sort of title sort of fight, as well as overall league position to get Arsenal back into the Champions League. To see him get demoted is a bit sad because I thought he did enough, and I don't think there is a huge difference between Raya and Ramsdale. I would usually pick Ramsdale more just purely because he's physically a bit taller than Raya, but I guess Arteta has stated that Raya has a better uh, ball kicking ability and overall team play is better, but I haven't seen it that much. I know that some of the stats are out there that prove Raya is slightly better, but I don't think it's that much of a huge improvement on our game to warrant Ramsdale being dropped. But again, another one would definitely be interested to see. And just generally going back to the rumors, El Neni one was some Saudi and Turkish clubs apparently looking into his departure for January, so that'd be interesting. The big rumor with Partey was Juventus was in the summer, and apparently those rumors are still not going away. So we'll be interested to see how that develops and how that goes. That's all the transfer news for today. Since this is the first day of the January transfer window, I do this on a daily basis. At the end of the night, UK GMT time, I'm going to do it in the evening. That allows all the news to be updated by then, and I'll do this every day for the January transfer windows, as everyone generally likes January transfer gossip. So let me know what you think. If there are any rumors that I missed out on, I'm more than happy to look into it, and I'll try and update you next one. So let me know. Thank you very much.